Hey folks, Mark Eckenrode here over at homestomper.com, and today I want to talk a bit about conversion rate optimization and why it is important, why you need to be paying attention to it. Because really, if you want to get more sales and really not do any more work, it's all about your conversion rates. And I think all of us would be happy with that. So let's take a look here. You want more profits? Really, there's only three ways to do it. First off is you need to increase your traffic. Okay, and that means getting more people coming to you and your website. The second way is to increase your purchase size. And that basically is, more money per transaction. So you either raise your commissions or increase the dollar value per transaction, meaning sell more expensive homes. And the third way, this is the one I really like, and this is the one we're going to be talking about here, is to increase your conversions. And that means converting more of your existing traffic, the people hitting your website right now, converting more of those people into buyers. So conversion rate, really what it comes down to is this definition. It's a good one. Percentage of visitors who take a desired action. Percentage of visitors who take a desired action. And that action could be a number of things. It could be, on the macro scale, it's how many people buy from me. But along that big path, there's all these little, what I call micro conversions. It's the number of people that click on a link. It's the number of people that might fill out an email form. It could even be something as simple as how long they stay on a web page or on your website. Okay, so each of those can be measured, and that's an important thing. So how do we go about measuring and calculating this? Well, first off, your conversion rate is this. Conversion rate is total actions divided by unique visitors, and we're going to multiply that by 100. Okay, and the real important point here is unique visitors, and the reason I say that is because sometimes when someone hits your site, they'll take that action right away. Say they'll fill out the email form. But sometimes it might take them 2, 3, 4, 5 different times of visiting your site before they take that action. Okay, so go by unique visitors, not by number of hits. So here's an example. Okay, so let's say the action we wanted to measure was number of email leads, how many email leads we captured. And we received 10,000 unique visitors. And that comes out to about a 1% conversion rate. Okay, so that's a micro conversion. And on a macro scale, let's look at this. Okay, out of those 100 email leads, let's say we got 5 transactions. We've converted 5% of those leads into sales. Up here, we converted 1% of unique visitors into leads. Okay, so that gives you an idea of really what your conversion rate is and understanding where you're at in measuring the success and the performance of your business. All right, we're going to bring this all together here in a moment. All right, so let's talk about value of a visitor, because this is real important to know how much your visitors are worth. So visitor value is your net profit divided by unique visitors. So let's take an example to get a better idea. Okay, so let's say I was able to track, here's our 10,000 unique visitors, and let's say I was able to track and say I made $10,000 off of my website. So basically what that means is that for every visitor hitting my website, I made $1. That's not bad. I know knowing this formula, I know that for every time a unique person hits my site, I'm going to make $1. I like that. That's good. Obviously that means I want more traffic. Right? Because I'm dealing with the more traffic I make, the more if I can increase my traffic, I can get more leads, right? There's my conversions, okay? But let's take a look down here again. Let's pull this onto a more macro scale. Out of those 100 email leads, I made $10,000, and so what it comes down to is for every person's email address I get, I'm making $100. Okay, so that's how we're looking at this. We're really tearing it down and looking where's our money coming from, and really what makes our money happen. What actions need to take place to put money in my pocket. Okay, these are the micro conversions on the whole scale. All right, so let's talk about conversion rate. So here's our conversion rate. $100 for an email lead, right? We already said that we make $100 for a lead, okay? So at a 1% conversion rate, so which basically says 10,000 unique visitors out of 10,000 people coming to our site, we collect 100 emails. which gives us 10,000 bucks in our pocket. All right. So, but here's the conversion rate bit, right? Here's where that comes into play and why it's so important. What if you're able to convert more of those unique visitors into email leads? So let's look at this. We're still dealing with $100 per email lead. Still how much we're it's worth to us. Okay, so we're not changing the dollar value of the home we're selling. We're not changing our commissions. It's coming down to $100 per email lead, but we're converting 2% of people that hit our site into a lead. And that comes out to, again, we're still getting 10,000 unique visitors, but instead of 100 emails, we're getting 200 emails. That means we're making 20 grand out of the same amount of traffic, all because we optimize our site and we're able to convert more people into email leads. Does that make sense? Of course it does. If you're able to optimize and get from the same traffic, you're not having to spend any more money on advertising, any more effort than you're already doing on advertising, but you're converting more of those people hitting your site, you're getting more emails, you're going to be making more money. So by improving your conversion rate, you raise your conversion rate, you're going to be making more profits. Raise your conversion rate, you're going to lower your marketing cost because now you're making more money per visitor, per action. Okay, increase your conversion rate and you will generate your leads faster. You will get more leads in a shorter amount of time. We just looked at that. A higher conversion rate will also give you a permanent boost to your business. This isn't, I'm going to spend money on a newspaper ad and, during the time of that ad runs, maybe I'll get more business. No, it's not like that at all. It's a permanent boost because once you increase your conversion rate, it's there to stay, right? It's something that will continually produce results for you. It's not a flash in the pan type of activity. And the higher conversion rate, you can now also afford to advertise more if you want to be spending money on advertising because you already now know what's going to happen as a result of that advertising. You already know I'm going to get 200 email leads. Wow, so if I can put a little bit more money into my advertising and drive more traffic to my site, I will be making that much even more money. And again, here we go. It's going to come all the way back up here, start higher profits again. So it's a beautiful circle that comes simply because you were working on your conversion rates and improving that. Okay, so what I invite you to do is really look at your website and where your conversions are and how that's happening and how folks are responding to your site and entering into your sales and marketing funnel and the type of actions that are happening and how those impact your bottom line. And we talk about this in the Ultra Stomper coaching program. I'm definitely willing to help you out with this and make this happen and work with you to increase your conversions. And in the Ultra Stomper coaching, we'll go ahead and identify your most profitable target markets, the people that are most susceptible to your marketing message and most likely to act. Okay, we'll pinpoint your core strengths, so that when you're targeting these people, we're leveraging your strong points, your unique selling propositions, and we'll work on improving your lead gen and your conversion rates. All that and more inside the Ultra Stomper coaching program. If this is something that's interesting to you, and if you think that your business can stand to use and benefit from more profits, and frankly, who doesn't, that I invite you to take advantage and jump in and join me in the Ultra Stomper coaching program. And you can do so by going to homestomper.com/coaching. Just make with the clicky. All right, folks, so that be it. And so I invite you take a look at your conversions rates, make a measurement, and see how those actions and drill down and how those actions are actually adding money to your bottom line, to putting money into your pocket, and how your online activities and your marketing activities are actually contributing to the profitability of your business. That's it. Mark Eckenrode here with Homestomper. Keep them clicking and join me in Ultra Stomper at homestomper.com/coaching.